Craving a comforting noodle dish that's quick, easy, and packed with flavor? Join me as we delve into the heart of Filipino cuisine with Pancit Bihon, a beloved noodle dish served at celebrations. And the best part? We're making it with homemade chicken broth.
If you're new to the channel, I'm Geronimo, and I'm a professional chef and product designer in the San Francisco Bay Area.
So today we're bringing you a taste of the Philippines with a beloved dish, Pancit Bihon. This dish has been at the heart of Filipino celebrations for centuries. If you've ever been to a Filipino celebration before, let me know down in the comments about your experience and the different dishes you tried. So Pancit Bihon is a delightful noodle dish that marries Filipino traditional flavors with a dash of Chinese influence. Pancit is a term used in the Philippines to refer to noodles, a legacy left by Chinese immigrants that has since become a pillar of Filipino cuisine. And the term bihon? That's all about the type of noodle we use in this dish. Thin, delicate rice noodles that'll soak up all of the flavors that we're about to create. Although Pancit Bihon is made for birthdays and celebrations, symbolizing long life and good health, I think any day is a good day to eat pancit. Growing up, I remember my mom always making this for my teachers at school, which always made me the classroom favorite. So whether you're a noodle lover or you're looking to venture into new culinary territories, stay tuned. Because today, we're not just making a simple Pancit Bihon. We're leveling up the flavor with a homemade chicken broth, adding depth and complexity to this classic dish. If that sounds tasty to you, get your aprons on and let's get cooking. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and dive right into the first part of our recipe with a little bit of veggie prep work. We've got a flavorful ensemble here: red onion, carrots, garlic cloves, snow peas, and cabbage. Prepping our vegetables first allows us to use their trimmings for a flavor-packed broth. Let's thinly slice our onion, julienne our carrots for a touch of sophistication, mince our garlic, trim our snow peas, and slice our cabbage thinly. As we do this, remember, no waste, great taste. Even our vegetable trimmings have a role to play in creating rich flavors. Now, let's turn our focus to the star of our broth, the chicken. Here we have some succulent bone-in chicken thighs. We're using bone-in to extract the maximum flavor. The bones release gelatin, which enriches our broth and provides that mouth-coating goodness. In a pressure cooker, add in 1.75 pounds or 795 grams of bone-in chicken thighs, our assorted vegetable trimmings, 5 cups of water, and a pinch of kosher salt. Pressure cooking is a fantastic technique that allows us to extract maximum flavor in less time. That's why we're using it. But don't worry, if you don't have a pressure cooker, you can do this on the stovetop in a large pot. It'll just take a little longer, about 2 hours on a slow simmer. If you're using a pressure cooker, set it to high for 20 minutes. With the chicken and broth underway, we've done the groundwork for our Pancit Bihon. After a short break, we'll be back to bring it all together. And we're back. Our chicken and broth should be done by now, and the pressure cooker has done its magic. Let's go ahead and remove our chicken pieces from the broth to let them cool. Next, strain the broth of all the trimmings and keep it aside for later use. Now, finally shred the chicken with 2 forks and discard the bones and skin. The pressure cooker has done an excellent job in tenderizing our chicken, and it should shred quite easily. Now, let's fire up the wok. Start by heating up a tablespoon of avocado oil in the wok over high heat. When it's shimmering, we'll add half a medium red onion sliced, that's about 75 grams, and 8 cloves of garlic minced, about 24 grams. We'll saute these until they're lightly browned. This process, often referred to as sweating, helps to soften the onions and garlic and bring out their flavors, forming the aromatic base of our Pancit Bihon. Next, add in 2 medium carrots, or about 170 grams julienned. Add 4 ounces or 115 grams of snow peas, and 2 cups or 200 grams of thinly sliced cabbage. We want these to be crisp and vibrant, so a quick saute should do the trick. Once they're wilted down a little bit, remove them from the pan and set aside. Alright, time to introduce our broth back into the mix. We'll add 1 quart to the wok and bring it to a boil. And in go our rice vermicelli noodles. As the noodles interact with the hot broth, they'll start to soften and turn translucent. This isn't just a visual cue, it's also a signal that they're absorbing all the wonderful flavors from the broth. If the noodles still appear dry, feel free to add more broth, a quarter cup or 60 milliliters at a time. Once the noodles have absorbed the liquid, add in the shredded chicken, sauteed vegetables, 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of coconut aminos, 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of fish sauce, and kosher salt to taste. Mix it all well together to ensure every bit of noodle gets coated with a savory glaze. And finally, add 1 to 2 teaspoons or 2 to 4 grams of freshly ground pepper for a hint of heat and complexity. And now the noodles are ready to go. Transfer the noodles to a big bowl or platter. And just before we serve, we'll garnish with thinly sliced scallions. Don't forget to serve with lemon wedges or calamansi halves to squeeze over the top for that added zing. And there you have it, Pancit Bihon, with a little bit of food science and a lot of love. Okay, now it's time to do our taste test, and I can't wait to eat this. I got a big portion for myself, party for one today, and I'm super hungry and can't wait to dig in. So, how I like to eat this, I like to squeeze a lemon wedge or calamansi all over. I like adding a bit of tanginess to the pancit to help cut through the richness and savoriness of the dish. There we go. The proper way to eat it is to get a little bit of everything, some of the veggies, some of the chicken, and the noodles. And here we go, bon appetit. Oh, so good. Ooh, wow. So I love that the vegetables are still kind of crisp tender and add a nice texture of a little bit of freshness and crunch. And then the noodles are super savory. They absorb all of that homemade chicken broth and they're kind of coated in that saucy glaze. And then the lemon squeeze on top is super helpful to help balance out all the different flavor profiles in this dish. So yeah, this dish is super tasty, and I love adding the freshly ground pepper at the end to add a little bit of heat and complexity and fruitiness to this dish, and it kind of balances and rounds everything out. You got a little bit of that salt, fat, acid, and heat, so everything is well balanced. At Filipino celebrations, this is one of the dishes I like to fill myself up with rather than all the rice, because this has more complexity and interesting flavors in it. So yeah, I can't wait for you to try this out, and if you ever go to a Filipino party, remember to load your plate up with the pancit. If you enjoyed this video, check out one of my other videos here where I show you how to make another Filipino party food classic, Filipino pork barbecue, which actually pairs really well with this Pancit Bihon for a full meal. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe as that really helps my channel out a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.